You too. We got killer lives with dead body for 25 years at like subscribe and link to it, man.
This is 59-year-old Violet Rose. This is 59-year-old Violet Rose.
Fucking disclaimer, bro. Disclaimer. I had a couple fucking. I don't want to call y'all no jackasses, but I had a couple jackasses in my comment section. I'm like, oh, you're unprofessional, nigga. If you here thinking that you gonna listen to a nigga who sound professional, if you're here thinking you're gonna listen to a nigga who sounds intelligent, you in the wrong motherfucking spot, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Take your ass to some goddamn political podcast. I said this in my other video. Take your ass to some political podcast. You at the wrong channel, my nigga. So go ahead and click off this video, bro. Another thing, I leave the link to this video in my description, bro. So for anybody who thinks I talk too much, go ahead and click that link, bro. Don't even comment. Don't even say shit. If you say I'm gonna delete your comment. I don't care how long it is. I'm gonna delete your comment.
About to find out that she has been sleeping directly above a dead body for the past 25 years.
I was going to ask the obvious question.
I was going to say, I assume we're here because you found something.
Him.
Yes.
May I ask where?
Under one of the bedrooms.
Him and Violet.
It's okay, Violet. Violet, it's okay. Hey, Violet. You didn't know it. You trusted him. Okay?
That was, so I'm assuming it's her husband who killed the person.
I understand.
Oh my God.
You're gonna get through this.
Well, that's a shock.
Perhaps what is even more shocking is how this body got there in the first place.
He told me that she was at his house, and I guess they argued, and then he shot her.
Did he say what did he do with the body?
He put her under the slab in one of the bedrooms.
Well, I understand this.
And you couldn't smell that,
Really
though?
on the property.
No.
Is there any evidence of her murder on the property?
I thought you could smell like when somebody dies, right? Like you could, like it's an odor or some
this
shit.
is just inhumane.
Alright, I say move, boys. Feet on the ground.
Hands! Let me see your hands! Hands up!
It's insane. It's psychotic. That's what it is.
Did you murder Kim?
No.
34-year-old Kimberly Langwell went missing in July of 1999.
Damn.
Vanished without a trace. Her purse and keys still inside the car. This case has captivated the public's interest.
Sadly, for 25 years, Kimberly remained missing, and her family longed for
Bro,
answers.
has there ever been like somebody who's been missing for that long and they came back up alive? Like
Until now.
On July 9th, 1999.
I feel like once somebody go missing, like shit, maybe even over 3 years, bro. Rest in peace, bro. I know, like, just respectfully, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's time to. I'm not gonna say you should give up on them, like give up on them ever coming back home and shit. But like, bro, like, do you really think that, the person is out? Like, I don't know. I think the odds are more likely in favor that they're dead than that they're, actually missing.
34-year-old Kimberly Langwell went missing after finishing
rest in peace to her, nonetheless.
shift at the Mobil Oil Refinery in Beaumont, Texas. Her car was later found 7 miles away, abandoned in a mall parking lot. But the vehicle was squeaky clean. With no witnesses and a teenage daughter at home, the investigators found it highly unlikely that Kimberly had disappeared by her own free will. The Beaumont Police Department immediately started interviewing people that could have been involved in Kimberly's disappearance. But at the time, there wasn't enough evidence to arrest anyone. The case went cold for 24 years until being reopened in 2023 after a true crime TV show reignited law enforcement's interest in the case. They went through the suspect list from the original investigation and began interviewing them one by one.
Bringing back some memories for
it's
you?
scary too how somebody can like live with killing somebody. Like they can. He was able to live with this shit for 24 years, bro. There's no way this shit wasn't on his mind every day for those 24 years.
I wrote this. Obviously, it's my handwriting.
This is Frank McCormick. Frank was Kim's workplace supervisor back in 1999. Despite being a married man, Frank often showed up outside of Kim's house with fancy chocolates and handwritten love letters.
Yeah.
But these romantic gestures quickly got out of hand. Frank became obsessed with Kim, and his letters were getting more and more concerning. For example, Kim, I have developed this terribly strong crush on you.
I mean,
Something
like, bro,
must-
like, Is this surprising though? Like the nigga showed up at your house with chocolates and flowers. Why are you surprised the nigga is writing love letters, dude?
Be done about it. I can hardly work. It consumes all of my free time. Please help me to deal with
You wasn't complaining when you was getting all them chocolates and all them flowers. Now you getting these love letters. Now you want to complain.
Frank sent dozens of letters just like this. He also sent her various drawings of sword-wielding fantasy
That's
women
weird
with
shit.
Kim's face pasted onto them. Since Kim had just left work before her disappearance, the investigators wondered if Frank had stalked and attacked her. However, Frank was not Kim's killer. Frank's alibi was that he had left work around 5 p.m. to prepare for a poker night with his buddies. He went home and showered, then went to a grocery store to buy playing cards and snacks for the night. He then went back home around 7 p.m., right when people started showing up. He even had the receipts to prove this. It didn't take long for the detectives to cross Frank off their list and move on to their next suspect. This is Kim's ex-boyfriend, Terry Rose. Terry and Kim lived together for 5 years, from 1993 to 1998. They then broke up and Kim moved out, but they stayed in touch for the next year leading up to her disappearance. Despite this friendly relationship, Kim's family told the investigators that Terry was extremely controlling and he abused Kim both emotionally and physically.
I say this shit all the time, bro. Like the word controlling, I feel like has lost its meaning. You could tell somebody, yeah, nah, I don't want you to wear that, you know, I don't think you should wear that because we're in a relationship. Oh my God, you're so controlling.
He would also constantly keep Kim both emotionally and physically during their relationship. He would also constantly.
So it really depends what they mean by controlling, but you gotta add context
during their relationship. He would also constantly keep track of Kim's whereabouts and bombard her friends with phone calls whenever she paid them a visit.
That's a little too much,
even after their breakup. However, these obsessive phone calls suddenly came to a halt on the day that Kim disappeared. Kim's daughter Tiffany said that the last thing her mom told her was that she was going to Terry's house.
She called me and
Terry is
she had just gotten off work.
They just talked about?
Maybe around 5:30. She told me that we had made plans that day that we were going to go out to eat. She told me that she was going to stop by Terry's, that she had to help him with something. I don't know. It was something about hanging a board or something. I didn't really pay attention to it. Terry told me he didn't know where she was.
When Terry was questioned by the police, he said that Kim had stopped by his place after work to help him put up some 1x4s on the ceiling, and she stayed for a short time before leaving to pick up Tiffany.
I don't know if I believe that, bro. You asking a girl, you asking a woman to help you like hang up a board and not like one of your guy friends, bro?
Up until he met up with his friend David Wiley a few hours later. They hung out playing pool until around midnight before parting ways. They then got breakfast the next morning. 25 years later, Terry was telling detectives the same story.
What's your theory on what happened to her? I don't really know.
Terry claimed that he and Kim were good friends right up to her disappearance, and he had no reason to harm her. He denied being obsessed and controlling following the breakup, and said that both of them had moved on by then.
Once we broke it off, I figured just leave her alone.
At this point, they didn't have any evidence to disprove Terry's story, so they went to speak with David Wiley.
Mr. David.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great.
Knowing Terry like you knew Terry, did he have anything to do with Kimberly's disappearance?
I don't think so. Not at all, and I just don't think he's that type of person.
David had nothing to say about Terry. He didn't know about Kim going to Terry's house and had no clue what Terry was doing before they met up to play pool. However, the detectives struggled to believe anything either man was saying. They brought the case in front of a grand jury, and Terry and David were both summoned to testify under oath. During their testimony, they told their usual stories, but for some reason, David was extremely nervous. Seeing his behavior under oath, the detectives asked David to come in for a polygraph test. David refused. However, hours later, his attorney reached out to the detectives and told them he had information to share, but he wanted immunity. The detectives agreed, and David went to the police station for an audio-recorded interview.
Our goal is you're here to tell the truth, okay?
David said that on July 9th, 1999, he had just finished work when he received a phone call from Terry.
He called me and asked me to pick him up at Walmart.
Probably between 5 and 6.
He just said, when you get close to the parking lot, call me. I called. When I pulled up next to him, he was in Kim's car. He said that he did not like that parking lot and to follow him
to the corner of Dowling and Phelan. Used to be an Eckerd's store there and Market Basket and other businesses.
So y'all left Walmart, you followed them
Down
to Colonnade?
Turned into the Colonnade shopping center parking lot. He stopped in a spot, got out and got in my truck, and I took him and dropped him off at his house and went back to my little trailer I was living in.
The two met up later that evening to play pool at the Corner Pocket, which was about 60 yards away from where they parked Kim's car.
Did you ask him why are you in the car?
No, I did not ask.
They eventually parted ways, and the next morning they had breakfast together.
Ate breakfast at Iron Skillet. Just kind of a normal conversation about plans for the day.
It wasn't until later that week that Terry suddenly divulged the reason he was driving Kim's car.
Sometime, it was either Friday night or the next day sometime.
He told me that she was at his house, and I guess they argued, and then he shot her.
The only thing he told me was back of the head.
Shit.
I think I was too dumbfounded to ask anything else.
And then after that, did he say what did he do with the body?
He told me that.
So it was the ex-boyfriend. It was
under the slab in one of the bedrooms.
One of his bedrooms? I mean, he said which one?
I believe he indicated it was the front bedroom closest to the street.
The detectives asked him why he didn't report Terry's confession to the authorities immediately.
I was shocked and astonished, didn't know what to think. I was afraid that I was involved in something that was going to have me in deep trouble.
He said that after his grand jury testimony in 2024, he had a change of heart.
After the days started going by, the thoughts just got too deep, too hard on me. I just couldn't put up with it anymore. Tired of it being on my conscience.
The more likely explanation for David coming forward was that he realized the detectives knew he was lying.
Yeah.
And preferred to work out a deal rather than being
niggas make up the craziest stories to why they came for it. Yeah, well, and that could have been true too, but at the same time, come on, bro. You knew the detectives knew that you were lying, bro.
Regardless, this interview was a huge breakthrough in the case. But before celebrating, they needed to make sure that David was being truthful with them. They started by asking David to do a polygraph test, which he agreed to.
Did Terry tell you he shot Kim?
Yes.
Did Terry tell you where he buried Kim?
Yes.
Not only was David being completely cooperative, but he also passed the polygraph test with flying colors.
Didn't he say that Terry put the body like underneath a piece of wood or some shit underneath the floor? Like, who makes some shit up like that? I feel like if I was a detective and somebody came into my police station saying that shit,
then
I would believe
Terry
that shit.
To the police station to discuss the death
There's
of
no
his
way
father,
somebody made that shit
in
up.
a completely unrelated incident, was murdered in 2004. But after that decoy conversation was over, that incident.
Rejecting a plea deal 4 years on comments of the Facebook so that they know it's hearsay, but I heard he killed his father. Somebody else replied, they heard that too. My question
was murdered in 2004. But after that decoy conversation was over, the detectives in Kim's case surprised him with a search warrant for his house.
How you doing? All right. Good. I want you to remember me. I'm one of the guys that I was working on the Kimberly Langloh case. It's been signed by the judge.
I want you to understand what all it entails. It's going to be a thorough search of the house, possibly under the house. So if there is information that you want to tell us, is Kimberly on the property?
No.
Is there any evidence of her murder?
Shouldn't her body like be fucking dissolved by now?
Did you
after
murder Kim?
25 years? Her body should definitely not be.
So is there any reason why we're going to find any
it should be like
blood
just bones or some
or
shit,
remains or anything
bro.
like that?
It's not going to be no bones or not no blood.
I don't know what you want.
I mean,
We want the body. Well, I understand.
the body is gone, bro. All you gonna get is bones. It's been 25 years. I don't know why y'all niggas think y'all gonna find the body. It's been 25 years, bro. Do you really think you're gonna find the body after 20? You're gonna find bones. You're gonna find bones, and maybe that's probably it. You'll be lucky if you find bones, bro. You're not gonna find nothing else, but just some bones.
Is this mine or
Some, and they're probably gonna be eaten up too by like, I don't know, worms or some shit.
They went to inform his wife Violet of what was going on.
We have the search warrant to look for Kimberly Langloh all through the property.
Okay.
If there's anything that we need to know now before we begin
This is the
But yeah,
time.
they could
I
test the
honestly
bones
can
they
tell you, I
find
don't
too
know
and see if
anything
who it belongs to and shit.
about where
whatever.
she is
Or who DNA.
or anything about that. So y'all just do what you have to do.
That's
Well,
a
if I
big-
had known this, I would have washed the dishes.
Don't worry
Don't
about
be
that.
fine. Oh, God.
At this point, it wasn't clear if Violet actually knew something about Terry's involvement. However, the only way to know who was lying was to see what was under Terry's house. Terry and Violet were allowed to leave for now, and a hotel was booked for them to stay in. But while these interviews were taking place, officers had placed tracking devices on their vehicles. The next day, Beaumont PD and multiple other law enforcement agencies went to Terry's house and executed the search warrant. They used GPRs, ground-penetrating radars, to scan each bedroom looking for any disturbances beneath the tiles. In Violet's bedroom, they discovered that the ground had been hollowed out.
They observed an
What does
area
that
in
mean?
the front bedroom of the house that was, it appeared that it was missing a piece of rebar.
Oh.
So that's kind of where we focused our search on.
As they broke through the tiles, they realized that cinder blocks had been stacked underneath the floor in order to prevent the tiles from collapsing. They began removing the cinder blocks and sifting through the dirt, and they quickly uncovered several personal belongings.
Within the first hour, we found a pair of broken sunglasses, a keychain, and a lighter were the first.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Cool tongue, nigga. Hey, nigga, bro, get your ass out my comment section, nigga. Talking about some cool tongue, nigga. What the fuck you got going on, bro? Nah, Kayla. Hey, bro, watch the fuck out. Get your freak ass out my comment section, please. Get your freak ass. I appreciate the follow, but please get out my comment section if you're gonna be talking about some cool tongue, my nigga. Like, what the fuck you want? I'm a grown ass man, bro. Don't be talking about no cool tongue. But that shit just got me. But I was about to say some shit too before I saw that, man. It just got me completely off track.
Keychain and lighter were the first pieces of evidence that we found that were definitely out of place. We knew we were in the right area.
It wasn't long before
Oh, it was. But I was gonna say like this. What he did was actually smart as shit, though, bro.
started finding bones.
They first located in the right area.
It wasn't long before they started finding bones.
They first located 3 small bones that we were able to verify were human toe bones.
See, I
And then
told
it
y'all
took
they
a
can't find no body. They ain't gonna find no flesh and skin or whatever you call that shit. They ain't gonna find the fact that it's been 25 years, nigga. That's all they gonna find,
couple
bones.
more hours to kind of get
Some half eaten. They probably half eaten too by like I don't know. It's probably some animals down there
main
and shit.
part of
Or not animals, but like pests and shit.
her remains, and she was wrapped in a blanket, and so luckily it appeared that everything was in there. But that's when we found the further extent of the rest of the bones.
The detectives were confident that these bones belonged to Kim, so they immediately filed a warrant for Terry's arrest. Using the tracker on his vehicle, they followed him to Tia Juanita's fish camp, where he was having lunch with Violet, and waited for him to exit the building.
I got eyes on. Alright, I say move, boys. Feet on the ground.
Damn.
Hands! Let me see your hands! Hands up! Hands up! Move, Violet. Back up, Violet! Back up! Over here! Get down on the ground! Over here! I'm gonna get her! Get her!
Don't hurt me.
Terry was taken to the back of a police cruiser and transported to the station to speak with the detectives once again.
We do have an arrest warrant for you for the offense and murder. You don't want to talk?
Nothing to say. What can I say?
Well, there's probably a lot to say. I mean, are you curious about what we have
You may have
found
some
or
questions
why
for
you're
us.
here?
One, you got what you want. I won't be believed anyway. I'm not gonna waste my breath.
I mean, I'm interested in what you have to say. I really am. I will hear you out.
And the family might be.
Do you have anything to say to Kim's family?
No.
With very little cooperation from Terry, he was transported to the county jail to await his arraignment hearing.
Terry Rose, you're being charged with the murder of Kimberly Langwell. Do you have anything to say?
Terry, tell us what happened on that night in 1999. This could be your only chance to tell the public right now, right here.
Do you have anything to say to
You think
Kimberly's
that
family?
nigga give a fuck about telling what the public gotta think about him? This nigga killed somebody's daughter 25 years ago and buried her inside his house. You think this nigga give a fuck about what the public what they perception of him is, bro?
Back
Fuck, I was studying like crazy.
Inside
Bro.
the police
I was
station.
trying to think about what.
And Terry's family was still waiting for answers, so the detectives brought Violet and Terry's brother and sister into the interrogation.
Oh, I was about to say, y'all think the public gives a fuck about like what he has to say? Y'all think he gives a fuck about what the public thinks about what he has to say?
To break the
That's what I was trying to say. I was thinking too
It's an obvious question.
I was going to say, I assume we're here because
Yes.
you
They
found
found
something.
him.
Yes.
May I ask where?
Under one of the bedrooms.
Hey, man, Violet. Come and sleep.
Okay, Violet. Violet, okay. Hey, Violet. You didn't know it. You trusted him. Okay? It's okay, Violet. It's okay.
Sleeping there.
I understand, Violet. I understand.
Do they sleep in like separate beds?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna get through this. You're gonna get through this.
You got friends in there that live Violet. You're gonna get through this. Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Oh, that's a shock.
The excavation team back at Terry's house worked for 13 hours straight to make sure they had every last bit of remains. By the morning, they had recovered an entire human skeleton.
Damn.
All of the evidence was sent to the crime lab, and it was eventually confirmed through dental records that the remains did in fact belong to Kim.
I'm so very grateful
Rest in peace to Kim, bro.
to have my mother back. Not in the way that I wanted her, but to know that she's no longer being held is a good feeling.
An autopsy revealed that a gunshot wound had penetrated the back of her skull, suggesting that Kim was killed execution style. Despite the overwhelming evidence against him, Terry pled not guilty. His bond was set at $1 million, a price he was unable to pay, so he remained in the county jail awaiting his trial. After several delays, his trial was set for December 8th, 2025.
But y'all
before
think
that
these
date-
judges be saying these high ass bonds or whatever, bro, knowing damn well niggas can't pay this shit? Like, but who the fuck can pay $1 million? Like, what regular person can pay $1 million bond? I know it's 10%, but still, that's so much damn money. Like, no way does this judge actually believe he could pay that shit.
August, Terry was offered a plea deal. If he went to trial and was found guilty, his sentence would be anywhere from a minimum of 5 years
Damn,
to a
5?
maximum of 99 years in prison. This plea deal reduced that maximum sentence to 40 years, with the possibility of parole after 20,
I
in
would play
exchange for a
guilty.
guilty plea from Terry.
And do you want to reject that offer and have your case set for?
In exchange for a guilty plea from Terry.
And do you want to reject that offer and have your case set for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Terry rejected this plea deal because he saw it as an insult.
What a fucking dumbass, bro.
We know this because following this hearing, he discussed it with his son, Terry Rose Jr., over a jailhouse phone call.
That 40-year offer was like an insult. I'm 68 years old. 40 years?
Nigga, do you really think you're gonna be in there for 40 years, bro? You're 68 years old. Okay, if you're in there, because they said 5 to 40. If you're in there and you mind your fucking business, all you gotta do is read some books. Just read. If you're in there for 68 years and you just read books for 5 years straight, you don't talk. Well, obviously you gotta talk to people, or you're gonna go mentally insane. But you don't talk to a lot of people. You don't fucking get in no trouble, bro. You're gonna be out in 5 years, bro. You're gonna be out in whatever 68 plus 5 is. You're gonna be out when you're that years old, bro.
So I'd be 88, and then I go before the parole board, and Tiffany's going to be there to say no, and then I got to wait another 6 months and go again, possibly. I'll be
Niggas be so hard-headed,
years
bro.
old before I get out, and then I got to deal with parole.
I don't think they'll have a 90-year-old in jail, bro. Or I don't think they'll have a 90-year-old in jail unless he's doing like life without parole or
For
some
the
shit.
rest of my life? Oh, no, no, I'm sorry, I'm not accepting.
No, man, she's in her 40s. People die in their 40s and 50s all the time.
Niggas be so hard-headed, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. I will pee in a cup, send it to y'all to pour on her grave. I'll do that. We can do the line. Oh, yeah, I'll fix you right up. Since you would have been honest and said, look, I was out messing around on you, I could have just walked away, not had a problem, and now this would have been a problem. But no, she had to keep her mom secrets.
Terry must not have realized that this phone call was being recorded
Oh my
because he
God.
just revealed what his motive was for killing Kim.
Since you would have been honest and said, look, I was out messing around on you, now this would have been a problem.
Clearly, Terry was lying when he said that he moved on following the breakup.
Once we broke it off, I figured just leave her alone.
Once the phone call with his son was submitted as evidence, Terry's defense team quickly changed their mind.
Bro, I know his defense team. Once they heard that shit, bro, they got them. They head start hurting, bro. They wanted to what's it called? Probably leave this case so bad, bro.
The plea deal. 1 week was submitted as evidence. Terry's defense team quickly changed their mind about the plea deal. 1 week before his trial, his attorneys reached out to the prosecutors and said that Terry was willing to plead guilty. The prosecutors offered the same conditions as before, a maximum of 40 years in prison with the possibility of parole after 20.
Oh, I didn't see the possibility of parole after 20.
In exchange for a guilty plea. And Terry agreed.
You're charged with the first-degree felony offense of murder from July 9th of 1999, and how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Sort of. Yes.
Yes. No, we're not playing. Hold on. You answer my question, Mr. Burbank. I'm not questioning you. Did you do what they charged you with in cause number 24 DCCR 1369?
Sort of, bro. That's funny.
His sentencing hearing took place on December 16th, 2025. The prosecution wanted to make sure Terry would spend the rest of his life behind bars, and convincing the judge to hand down the 40-year maximum sentence would guarantee that. The first person they called to the stand was David Wiley. He told them all about the night Kim disappeared and the moment that Terry told him about the murder, before giving a half apology to Kim's family.
Is there something you want to say to Tiffany McGinnis and her family?
I wish I'd have came forward right when it happened.
The defense tried to discredit David.
I mean, like, what y'all want him to say? Like, okay, yeah, he knew, but like, it ain't like he killed her.
Right when it happened.
The defense tried to discredit David by suggesting that he only spoke up because he was worried about being charged as an accomplice.
Back in 99, July of 99, how many times did the police come and talk to you?
I think just once.
Did you take part in trying to find Kimberly?
No, I did not.
You said at one time you were an employee of Terry, right?
Yes.
During that time, you would see him on a daily basis?
Generally.
Never said one thing to him saying, hey, man, you got to say something to somebody.
No.
Never did. Never went to the police.
No.
How many times did you talk to the police between the original time in 1999 and 2024 when they came to your house just before Thanksgiving?
None.
You had a chance to tell them when they came to your door, right?
Yes.
I think it was two detectives, Detective Wilson and Detective Tamayo.
Yes.
You didn't tell them that?
No.
After that, you were called back into the grand jury, correct?
Correct.
And you could have told them then.
Correct.
However, David's intentions were irrelevant to the state's case. During the testimony of Detective Heather Wilson, they made it clear that David Wiley coming forward was the sole reason that Kim's remains were even discovered.
25 years after she went missing, Kimberly Langwell's body was discovered under Terry Rose's house. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
With a gunshot wound to the back of her skull, consistent with what David Wiley said Terry Rose told him he did.
Yes.
Shot her in the back of the head.
That's correct. Yes.
This showed that regardless of David being complicit in the cover-up of Kim's murder, he was still hands down a credible witness. The bottom line was that Terry was the one being sentenced, so the state focused on his culpability and his actions following the murder.
At any point in your investigation, has Terry Rose ever indicate he knew what happened to Kimberly Langwell?
No, he did not. We had interviewed him several times, and he indicated that he did not know where she was.
In all this investigation, has there been any evidence to suggest this could have been an accident or unintentional act?
No, sir.
Bullet wound in the back of the head's pretty telling, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Hiding a body under your home for 25 years and lying about it, what does that indicate to you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a massive cover-up, for sure.
Obviously, Terry's actions had a profound effect on Kim's daughter Tiffany, who was just 15 years old at the time
who
of her
she
mom's
lived with after she died?
Can you explain to the court what those first
with.
few days were like, not knowing where your mom was or what had happened to her?
It was terrifying.
I don't mean to be no jackass, bro, but like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to.
It was shocking because I had just talked to her. She was just on the phone with me, and she was excited for our plans. She was joking with me, and so I was lost. I didn't know what to think. 15. My mom is the person that I go to for everything. No siblings, it's just been her and I. So lost, very lost. You know, the first year, I think I threw myself into anything I could to try to get through life, to not think about the fact that she wasn't there. But then you go home and you don't go home to your mom anymore. And so life is different. It looks very different.
During this terrible chapter of Tiffany's life, Terry did very little to help find Kim, but he did do one thing.
Was there physical searching going on, people looking for her?
Yes.
Were there billboards?
There was a billboard.
Do you know who put that billboard up?
Terry Rose did.
Terry Rose put up a billboard to help find your mom.
Yeah, to find my mom when he knew where she was at.
They recovered her remains and did the testing, the DNA testing, and said, yes, we know this is Kimberly Langwell. Were you finally able to lay her to rest?
Yes, sir, we were. I would like him sentenced to at least 40 years. I think he deserves that.
If one piece of evidence was going to convince the judge to give Terry 40 years, it was the state's exhibit number 1, the jailhouse phone call with his son.
You know, I'm not like a psychopath, sociopath, crazy. You know, I'm not none of that. I had a bad day, I dealt with it wrong, and yeah, I'm going to deal with it.
She's in her 40s, people die in their 40s and 50s all the time.
That'd be sweet.
I mean,
yeah, that'd be sweet. I will pee in her cup, send it to y'all to pour on her grave. I'll do that.
The defense claimed that Terry's comment about not being a psychopath.
How do you defend that shit though, bro? Like, as a lawyer, you hear some shit like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm your lawyer, dude, I'm walking away from that case, bro. I immediately after I hear some shit like that, bro, I'm walking away as your lawyer. I'm gonna say, hey, bro, good luck to you, bro. I'm no longer gonna be your lawyer, bro. You automatically lost, bro.
Citing that this was the only crime he had ever committed.
You have a gentleman here, though, unlike a lot of other cases that you see before this court, that has no record. He has gone 68 years, and there is no record. But you have an individual that has not been in trouble, that has been employed, except he kept a secret. And he kept a secret to the detriment of a family that was grieving at the time. Been wanting to know where their loved one was, especially a 15-year-old girl. And that he can't erase.
They also said that Terry's offensive comments about Tiffany were a result of the pending civil suit that Kim's family had filed against him. But the state set the record straight, saying that Terry's comments in the phone call clearly had nothing to do with the civil suit.
The phone call you heard, Judge, was him talking about how it would greatly inconvenience his life to have to deal with the parole board should he ever make it that far. And that, no doubt, Tiffany McGinnis would tell the parole board not to let him out early. That's what he's complaining about. And his son, who's the other end of that phone call, mentions, well, maybe something will happen to him and she'll die. She's in her 40s. And his response to that is, I would gladly pee on her grave, Your Honor. And the reason I play that, this man has no remorse. No feeling whatsoever for what he did to Tiffany's mother and what he's done to this family.
If you want to testify, you can get up here and testify. Otherwise, you have refrained from doing that.
And the reason I play that, and his response to that is, I would gladly pee on her grave, Your Honor. And the reason I play that, this man has no remorse. No feeling whatsoever for what he did to Tiffany's mother.
You said, what am I watching?
If you want to testify,
I'm watching Killer Lives with Dead Body for 25 years.
Otherwise, you have refrained from doing that, and so stop talking.
And on that call, he blames a then 15-year-old girl for not telling him that her mother had moved on. And that's sick and twisted, Your Honor. No more sick and twisted than living in a home with your murdered ex-girlfriend under your floor. A home that he later shared with his common-law wife. Every step of the way has been a slap in the face to Kimberly's family. Every step of this is just inhumane. To put up a billboard and pretend you're trying to help find her it is vile, it is inhuman, and it is not worthy of any consideration from the court, Your Honor. I'm asking the court to enforce that full 40.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, y'all can say, but this nigga Terry low-key smart, bro. The way he's moved throughout, like, before he got caught, obviously. If his friend never came to the police station, he would never got caught. But the way he's moved, before his friend came to the police station, he killed her, right? Put up the billboard, and then he put the body. I ain't gonna lie, I never thought of like some shit like that. Never, ever, ever. He covered up that body like really, really good. Rest in peace, Kimberly. But like, bro, y'all had to give this nigga Terry props, bro. He really did play his shit smooth, bro. He played it smart. He really did play his shit smart. He put the body underneath the floor, and then, bro, this shit was smart, bro.
His life behind bars, Your Honor, because that's what he was.
If this nigga David never like told the cops what happened, he would have never gotten caught.
It was now time for the judge to hand down Terry's sentence, and quite frankly, she was disgusted.
It's not often that I'm at a loss for words, and honestly, it's because I have too many words. And anything I say is not going to help Tiffany and her family other than getting this over with. But there's just certain things that I can't even look past to not point out. The fact on that phone call that you said you're not a psychopath is just beyond me. Who isn't a psychopath that kills someone that they once cared about and buries them in their house and lives on top of them for 25 years? I would think that's the definition in Webster's dictionary of a psychopath. And Tiffany's right. 40 years isn't enough. There is a part of me that wishes I had not accepted this plea agreement and that we had gone to trial last week, because I do think a jury would have given you life for 99 years. I actually do. And the fact that you thought you wouldn't is the most narcissistic thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. I mean, there's just so much more. The billboard, I mean, it's insane. It's psychotic. That's what it is. I hope that today gives Tiffany at least some final closure on all of this and her family. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 40 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. If I had 50, I'd give you 50. If I had 60, I'd give you 60. Whatever it was that the cap was going to be, after hearing all this, it would have been whatever it was.
Finally, after 26 years, Kim's family had some closure knowing her killer would be
Bro, are
locked up.
people like generally like attracted to this shit, bro? Like, no offense, but like.
Finally, after
Shit,
26
bro.
years, Kim's family had some closure.
At this, if you attracted to this shit, like at that point, just like get with the dude, bro. What, like, well, there's really no fucking difference, bro. Y'all niggas be doing the same shit when y'all in the bedroom. Niggas be putting a strap on. Just goddamn with the dude. It's actually the real. It's the real deal. It's a real thing. Like I mean, but hey, bro, if you attracted to this shit, you're attracted, bro. Like I'm not. Hey, more power to you and shit. I'm not like against the LGBTQ community.
Would be locked up for good. But before Terry was taken away, Tiffany spoke to the courtroom one last time.
Or I'm not like trying to
25
talk
years,
shit.
I woke up and I went to sleep with the same unbearable questions. Where is my mom and what happened to her? The pain of not knowing is indescribable. It is grief, it is fear, and a deep sense of abandonment that never let go. The reality that she was buried beneath this man's house all of these years, held captive even in
I don't
death.
know. I feel like my theory is like you must really like hate a man if you would like want to if you rather get with a woman who looks like this rather than get with a real man. Like nigga, you rather get with a woman cosplaying as a man than get with a real man? That like I don't know, like can y'all like somebody, I'm not trying to like hate on this shit, I'm not trying to like talk shit, this is like just a genuine thought, bro. Like y'all rather get with a woman who looks like a man than get with the real thing, get with the real deal. Like even in the bedroom, like nigga, y'all rather get with a fake dick than get fucked by a real dick? Like what? This shit makes no sense, or to me it doesn't make sense, at least, but maybe to y'all it makes sense.
6
I don't
years.
know, bro, because at this point, if this is like, if, as a girl, if you gonna get with some shit like this, nigga, you might as well just get with a man, bro. You might as well just get with a man. You know what I mean? But hey, let me fast forward.
Held captive even in death is unbearable. For Terry, do you remember me? That was the first thing you said to me when you approached me just 3 years after my mother disappeared. Then you asked, did you ever find your mom? I was stunned that you had the nerve to speak to me at all, and horrified by what you said. You were taunting me, knowing the entire time that you had my mother.
That's
You
crazy.
referred to the day you murdered my mother and buried her beneath your bedroom as a bad day. That bad day cost me everything. It stole my childhood, my sense of safety, my trust, the future that her and I planned, and the chance for my children to ever know their grandmother. You have no regard for
She
human
has
life.
children?
Listening to you and your son, Terry Rose Jr., speak so callously about my death, about how happy it would make you if I died so you could pour pee on my grave, shows the depth of the evil you carry. It reveals a family that treats human life as disposable. You are a murderer. Your son clearly has learned to view life the same way you do, and now he passes that to his son, your grandson, who also awaits trial for murder.
Damn.
You all are vile human
Shit,
beings.
y'all niggas a family of murderers. Shit.
Terry Rose was transported to the Dieball unit in the Texas Department of Corrections and will be eligible for parole at the ripe age of 88.
Him and his son, or him and his grandson probably sharing the same cell in the same jail, bro.
Relieved, a little
They
bit
probably
of relief.
cellmates.
This is finally over. Happy to walk
Call
away.
that shit a family
and,
reunion.
Know
No
that we don't have to
bullshit.
come back and do this anymore. I want people to remember my mom more than anything. To me, that's what's most important, is that she is remembered.